You're watching Casterton Vintage Videos, and this week we're off to the Fincham Working Weekend. The site was absolutely massive. I was told there were 250 acres, and I wouldn't be surprised. I must have walked miles. Over the 2 days of the event, this trio of caterpillars tackled a 100-acre block. I was there on Sunday and they didn't stop all day. The straw had been baled, which is always useful when you're ploughing. But unfortunately there were one or two patches that weren't tidied up properly, and it caused quite a few problems for some of the ploughs. Here we see the doubtful 4-furrow on the D4 struggling. We've also got a ploughing match going on, and we'll capture as much of that as possible as we make our way around the site. This International 414 with a matching International plough caught my eye. The International O14 or Orchard version of the W14. Officially a 2-furrow tractor, International would tell you. There were only ever 788 of these built, so this must be quite a rare beast, especially on this side of the Atlantic. They were manufactured in Chicago between 1938 and 1939. We move away from the ploughing match now for a while, and to the far corner of the field where we find these 4 tractors working hard. Our first tractor is a Ford Super Major, and the next one is an International 523. Then we've got a little Massey Ferguson 35. And last but not least, a Nuffield 1060. The fun of trying to get the trip mechanism to work properly on a Ransom reversible. Our next tractor is this nicely restored Ford 7810. These tractors were built between 1987 and 1991, and I think this one would be round about a 1988 model. The large spring-tine harrow is making short work of tidying up the ploughing. The Caterpillar contracting team are still going hard at their 100-acre plot. This trailed reversible plough was designed and built by Crawfords in the days before Roger Dowdeswell came up with the 3-point linkage for the crawler tractor. Let's watch them turn round at the end. The next two tractors are using the Dowdswell fully mounted reversible plough, but the linkage will be the Westload system designed and built to carefully avoid the Dowdswell patent. Westload were the manufacturing division of Leverton, the Caterpillar importer at the time. And we're back again with the ploughing match for a few minutes. This tidy 880 Selectomatic is going quite well. And if you fancy a project, how about converting your grey Fergie to four-wheel drive? I had this one explained to me in detail. The front axle is taken from a Range Rover and it's modified to get to the correct track width, and the transfer box in between the gearbox and the back axle is actually a chain drive. I think that'd be quite a good project to take on if you're into tinkering. And before the comment section goes mad, I should just add that the owner tells me he doesn't plough at ploughing matches with this four-wheel drive conversion. If you remember back to the beginning of the video, I did explain that there are one or two bad patches of straw in this field. And I think this one is a Case Model D, around about 1940. And this is a relatively new tractor to have in the trail class, built between 1960 and 1968, the Alice Chalmers ED40. And we also managed to catch up with a few of the finishes. I didn't see them all, but this one was shaping up pretty nicely. And just as a reminder to the good old days before emissions control and AdBlue and all those wonderful things that we have to put up with these days, here's a classic Ford 8210 working hard. And it looks like the Caterpillar contract team are still going strong over on the horizon. We'll walk over there and take a look. And it looks like they've called in reinforcements to finish the field. now for something completely different. You've seen all the old tractors, let's see the very latest. This is an Ag Exceed robot, and it is a complete autonomous tractor. You can leave it in the field and it will get on with it and do the whole job, including the headlands. And before you dismiss that as an idea that will never catch on, I should point out that this one's here at the event because it works on this very farm. It's completely satellite guided, and it has a number of safety features, including a LiDAR system that can detect people. So you'll notice when we get close to it, the lights on the top will start to flash a different colour and it'll slow down. And if you keep getting closer, it'll stop. And when you look at this and your thoughts go to, well, I can't see that ever working in our world, it's too expensive, it's too elaborate, we'll never be able to look after it. Just imagine that same thought 110 years ago when your neighbour turned up with his International Titan. The rest, as they say, is history. So that's all from Casterton Vintage this time. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button and make sure you subscribe, then you'll be notified when we launch the next video. It just remains for me to say thank you very much everybody for watching, and we'll leave you all with this chapter in time, the oldest and the newest tractor working on the site.